So today we're going to rebook every AEW 2025 pay-per-view main event, starting with AEW Revolution, which was main evented by Jon Moxley and Adam Copeland, with a failed cash-in by Christian, which probably is the worst main event in AEW for all of 2025 when it comes to pay-per-view. We're going to change that up. And what should have been, everybody believes and is right, that the main event of AEW Revolution should have been Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May for the AEW Women's Championship, the Hollywood ending. Next, we have AEW Dynamite that was headlined by Jon Moxley versus Swerve, with the Elite, the Young Bucks, returning to cost Swerve the championship. Again, at the time, a very bad main event for AEW. We're going to switch that up and actually still have Jon Moxley versus Swerve, but it's going to be a Philadelphia street fight with the Hurt Syndicate getting involved and helping out the Death Riders, preventing Swerve from winning the AEW World Championship. Reason being is MVP says it's nothing personal, it's just business. Her business. Next, we have AEW Double or Nothing that was headlined by the Owen Finals Tournament as Hangman Page defeated Will Ospreay in a great match. Well, we're going to actually switch up the main event here, and it's going to be Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega, who just made his return not too long ago in a ladder match. They've already had countless matches together, but let's switch it up, give them a ladder match for the AEW Championship, with Christian actually cashing in his Casino Gauntlet contract, thinking that he has one up on both Mox and Omega, but here comes both Omega and Mox to throw him off the ladder. He is out of there. And as Omega is climbing up the ladder to have the match won, who pops up but the Young Bucks to throw Omega off the ladder as Moxley retains the AEW World Championship, which leads us to the main event of All in Texas. Now, this is a main event I don't touch at all. I keep the same Hangman versus Jon Moxley for the AEW Championship, Texas Death Match. I change nothing except pins can also be involved in the finish. However, it will still be basically hangmanning Moxley with a chain and Moxley tapping out for Hangman to win back the AEW Championship from the Death Riders. Next, we have AEW Forbidden Door, with the main event being a bunch of random niggas in a lights out steel cage match. Yeah, we're not doing that. Instead, we're going to do the main event of Hangman versus Okada for the AEW World Championship. And it is Hangman that retains his championship versus Okada. Next, we have AEW All Out in Canada. That was headlined by Hangman versus Kyle Fletcher. Yeah, we're not doing that. Come on. It has to be main evented by FTR versus the reunion of Adam Copeland and Christian, defeating FTR in Canada. Next, we have AEW Wrestle Dream, headlined by an I Quit match between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley, which Darby Allin wins. We're going to change that to the main event will be for the AEW World Championship. It will be Hangman Adam Page defending his title versus Bobby Lashley and losing to Bobby Lashley as Bobby is now your new AEW World Champion, as he is still the leader of the Hurt Syndicate. And to end the pay-per-view, we have a returning Swerve Strickland, setting up AEW Full Gear, which was headlined by Samoa Joe defeating Hangman for the AEW Championship. Instead, Full Gear is going to be headlined by a triple threat match. Bobby Lashley defending his AEW World Championship versus both Swerve and Hangman. And Bobby Lashley, with the help of the Hurt Syndicate and its newest member, Powerhouse Hobbs, helps out Bobby Lashley to help him retain the AEW World Championship, as Hangman is the one that is pinned. And in your last AEW pay-per-view of the year, which was MJF versus Hangman versus Swerve versus Samoa Joe, who was your AEW champion, with the match being won by MJF, we're going to do Swerve Strickland versus Bobby Lashley for the AEW Championship, as Swerve has yet to get a win over Bobby Lashley. And in the main event, it ends with MJF, who earlier in that night won the AEW Diamond Ring for the 6th year in a row, comes down to the ring, has his contract, and decides to hand over the Diamond Ring over to Swerve and walks away, as Swerve hits Bobby Lashley with the Diamond Ring and gets a house call to win back the AEW World Championship, as MJF has officially turned on the Hurt Syndicate. And that's how I really rebooked every main event AEW pay-per-view for 2025. Let me know what you think. Do you rock with my changes? Do you not rock with my changes? Comment below, like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things are the things. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. Welcome to the high.